FreeSpace. I'm Kylie Jean, and today I am here with former Attorney General Matthew Whitaker. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my honor. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure. You've lived such an interesting life from the 1991 Rose Bowl. It's
yeah.
not. You have a longevity to being in the Trump administration, Attorney General. Your life is marked by courage, truth, and justice.
Well, and a lot of cheeseburgers, but yes.
You know what? You got to throw in a cheeseburger.
You know what? I've had the honor of a lifetime to serve as acting Attorney General for President Trump. I grew up just like, such a perfect town in Ankeny, Iowa. Had great teachers, great coaches, just bigger and faster than my peers. Had a chance to go to college, play college football for Coach Hayden Fry, who's a legendary Hall of Fame coach, and have really, just had great opportunities and taken advantage of those. But at the same time, I have a heart for public service, and so we'll see what the next chapter holds. But I'm very close to President Trump, and we'll continue to fight with him for the future of our country.
Well, and speaking of the future of our country, right now most Americans feel like we're at that teetering point. Mm-hmm. You've spoken a lot about a two-tiered justice system. Yeah. Can you expand on that just a little bit more?
Yeah, well, I think most Americans see this play out every day, where Democrats can riot, loot. Summer of 2020 is a prime example. President Trump had to go to the bunker at the White House because the White House was under assault. There burned buildings outside of the White House, complete chaos. Nobody's prosecuted. Yeah. Everybody's let out. Vice President Harris, currently, at the time, organized bail funds to get these people out. And then you look at what happened on January 6th, and political violence is never appropriate. Everybody that violates the law should be prosecuted appropriately, but you just see this in such obvious contrast, and it's a shame. It shouldn't be that way. It undermines the rule of law, and it really speaks to the politics and the political motivation at the Department of Justice currently, and it's not sustainable. And that's what I'm concerned about, because ultimately, it's the legitimacy of the FBI and the Department of Justice and everybody else involved, that they need to be viewed as being fair and fundamentally fair at its very core, and it's just not.
I feel like most Americans feel the exhaustion of exactly what you're unpacking, and I'm sure that much more because it's your everyday life. What would you say? Here at FreeSpace, we really value communication and community. So to the everyday patriot who's out there, what would be your word of encouragement to them to stand strong in this time?
Well, don't give up. That the fight is only begun. The only easy day was yesterday. And that we all need to do more than we've ever done to save the republic. And I really believe that that each great empire lasts about 250 years. If you look through the lens of history, we're right bumping there. At that. We're 246, and so we really are going to have to, as a people, as a country, going to have to agree that we need to preserve this republic and fight against people that want to dismantle it and take it apart.
What does it look like for the normal everyday American to be able to fight against this?
Well, it's to do more than you've ever done is quite simply, if you haven't shown up to political meetings or to your school board, start showing up. If you usually knock on doors and do phone calls. If you normally knock on doors to do phone calls, then become a candidate, run for something, support someone, get involved in a campaign. I spend more time talking to people around this country, especially in my home state of Iowa, where they're like, where do I insert? How do I do this? A lot of us just show up, find a meeting and show up, get to know people, get out of your comfort zone, because I believe very strongly that your unlimited potential is just outside of your comfort zone. And so if you start feeling uncomfortable, you're heading in the right direction.
That's such a great word and translates into every area of life. You guys heard it, just show up. Push past that comfort zone, be present, because your presence makes the difference and your voice is purpose for such a time as this. Mr. Whitaker, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate you here at FreeSpace.
Good seeing you.